Keep listening throughout the class to your body and just do what feels right for you. So on the next breath in, let's start to press onto our hands and onto our knees. Just bring the knees in under the hips, just untuck the toes, spread the fingers. Let's press into the hands, start to arch back to the ceiling, tucking the chin under. And then inhale, let's go the opposite way. So lift the tailbone, lift the chest, and see if you can bring the shoulders away from the ears and always bring your chest through the arms. So again, exhale, rounding your back towards the ceiling. And inhale in the opposite way. So again, keep the head away from the ears so you can really lift. One more, I'll do 2 more of each. Exhale, rounding the back up. Inhale the other way. And last one of each. So let's move into puppy dog. So start to slide the hands out in front. And we can either just stay here, keep winding through the shoulders. If we get in a stretch on the sides, maybe under the armpits. If not, we can start to lower the chest further down towards the floor. And then wherever we end up then, maybe the forehead, you may end up with chin and chest on the floor. But just make sure to not overdo the neck or anything if you are going for the chin chest option. Some nice deep breaths, just gradually maybe melting on each exhale. If you like to create a bit of traction, you can grip the floor with the hands whilst pulling the hips or shoulders back, so the hands don't move. Just try and keep pulling back. So from here, we're going to, especially if you're really low, we're going to lift up a little bit so our head's off the floor and our head's back in between the ears. And we're going to reach our chest forward, squeeze the elbows in towards each other and slowly drop down onto the forearm. So we're in a kneeling forearm plank. So from here then we want to, if you want to stay on the knees, you can stay on the knees. Otherwise we'll tuck the toes under and then lift the knees off the floor. So you can keep pushing down into the arms. Try and keep lifting up the shoulders, so rather than letting the shoulders hunch, draw them back away, keep your neck long, and keep bracing, keep drawing your belly in, and keep pressing back into the heels. See what you do with your feet. Pressing the floor away, keep bracing, keep breathing. So really active through the arms. So a few more breaths there, keep bracing. Now in those lower backs, so you can find somewhere, maybe tucking under slightly, like your cat almost, not so far. And then on the exhale, drop your knees if you need to. Otherwise you can just slowly lower yourself so you're lying on your front. From there then we're going to come into Sphinx, so then tuck the toes. Let's push the hips down and just start to lift the chest. And then slide the elbows underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to pause here for a few breaths as well. So you can, like we did in, create that traction in puppy, if you did, you can almost grip the floor with the hands and keep bringing the shoulders back and maybe pull yourself through a little bit. Just make sure there's no pain in the lower back. So keep lifting and keep the head off the shoulders. If your chin's jutting forward, you want to draw the head back. Just really active through the arms rather than just resting and collapsing down there. So if you'd rather not stay still, we can stay still. Otherwise we're going to be moving through puppy, forearm plank to Sphinx pose. I'm going to try four of them. So from here then we're going to slowly lower yourself back down. You may just lower a little bit. Tuck the toes under, really brace and then lift the hips and bring yourself into forearm plank. From forearm plank you're going to drop the knees down. Try and push into the hands. Try and lift the elbows. And then reach back with the hips. So you can be quite high puppy rather than the melted down puppy there. So just make sure it's not too much for the shoulders, elbows or anything. So let's do this again. So on the exhale, we're gonna lift slightly, squeeze the elbows in and lower into your kneeling plank. Inhale into full plank, forearm plank, and then exhale, let's lower. Inhale, let's lift into your Sphinx. Exhale, let's lower. Inhale, push to your forearm plank. Exhale, drop the knees, and then press back into your puppy dog and take a breath in there. So exhale, let's lean forward. Squeeze the elbows in, lower into your kneeling forearm plank. Inhale into forearm plank, lifting the knees. Exhale as we lower down. Inhale, lifting into Sphinx. And exhale as we lower. Inhale, pushing into your forearm plank. And then exhale, drop the knees, pull the hips back into puppy. Inhale. Exhale, let's lean forward, squeeze the elbows in. A kneeling forearm plank. Inhale into forearm plank. Exhale as we lower. Inhale into Sphinx. And exhale as we lower. Inhale as we press back up into forearm plank. And exhale, pulls back into puppy. So we're going to stay lying down now on this one. Inhale, let's reach forward. Three-quarter forearm. Inhale into forearm plank. Exhale, lowering ourselves down. Last then, inhale, Sphinx. And then exhale, let's lie down onto our fronts. We can just rest the arms now and just make a pillow for our head. You want to give the shoulders a little shake off or the hips a little rock. So let's press the hips down into the floor and keep our left foot on the ground so we can push into the left foot, maybe lift the left knee. So left foot staying down. And on the inhale, we're going to reach the right foot just to the back of the mat and see if we can really reach it as far away as possible and lift without twisting to the side. And on the exhale, then we just hover the leg towards the floor. Let's see if you can keep it in the air. And then inhale as we lift up again. Exhale, let's hover the right leg towards the floor or rest down. And then inhale left. So you can keep the knee from bending here. So really engage your quads, try and keep the legs straight. Exhale as we lower down a little. Inhale as we lift, reach back. And then last one, then exhale, lower. Inhale as we lift and reach back. On the exhale, then let's reach our left arm out to the side, keeping the right leg in the air. We're going to be swooping the right leg over to the left, so coming into a little scorpion twist. So you can walk the arms a little bit further over, you can push into your right hand, and that right leg's going to swoop behind. You can look over to the right there. So you can just rest the foot down. You can play around with the leg position, so you can keep the legs more towards each other, less of a back bend. You can kick the foot further back. You can rest the head on your right hand on the floor or on a pillow. So you get a nice twist and stretch out that underneath arm, shoulder, chest. You might not feel it too much. So just notice what you are feeling if you're quite open there. Nice, slow, steady breaths. And then on the exhale, let's slowly roll back over onto your fronts. So make a pillow then with the left hand. And as inhale, push the hips down, push into your right foot. You're going to lift the left leg in the air and see if we can reach it right the way back. And then exhale as we lower towards the floor or hover, rest, hover. So again, inhale, lifting the left leg, try and really squeeze, try and keep the knee from bending. So lift directly up, reach it back, and then exhale. So again, inhale, lifting, keep reaching. So strong left leg. Exhale. And then another one, inhale, lift, keep reaching back. And exhale. So as inhale, let's keep the left leg in the air, keep reaching it back. Just reach the right arm to the side, you want to claw it over a little. Left hand then can push into the floor as you swoop the left leg all the way behind. Again, just alter your position so there's no pain anywhere, your lower back, your underneath hip, you might need to bend the underneath knee. And you can rest the head on your left hand on the floor. Make sure that right shoulder is not overstretching as well. Or if it's pressing down, you might want to pad it up. Just digging into the floor. Nice, slow breaths again. So we may end up in a forearm stand today. So we're just opening the shoulders, the lats for the arm position. kind of prepping the legs by lifting and reaching back with them. So you need to be strong and squeezing together when they're in the air. Working on those sphinxes and pressing into the forearms, not collapsing. So on the next breath out then is slowly roll back over onto our fronts. And then bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. We're either going to push onto the knees for the first hand plank, or if you feel like just going straight for a full hand plank, you're going to lift up into a plank. And then from there we'll lift the hips upwards. You can keep the knees quite soft for first down dog if you need. We'll press back into down dog. Keep widening through the shoulders, keep spreading the weight nicely through the hands. Find us a nice length there from hand, shoulder to hip. So just keep your left foot on the ground. So inhale, reach the right foot to the back of the mat and then directly up in the air behind you. Then keep pressing the floor away, keep pushing back into that left leg. We'll keep the hips square. Keep turning the toes down. Just see how that left underneath leg's feeling. Let's keep opening. See if we can keep reaching that right leg straight like what we just did on the floor. So see if we can kick the heel away. You can even press the ball of the foot away or spread the toes as well. So another inhale with the right leg high. Exhale, let's lunge the right foot to the inside of the right hand. And we just rest the left knee on the floor. Let's bring it forward a little bit. And then push into your right foot. We're going to roll up. Arms can stay dangling into an easy lunge. So we can, instead of letting the hips come forwards, we can almost pull the hips back. Try and bring a line from knee to hip. And we almost want to try and pull the right foot towards the left knee to create a bit of traction. And maybe tuck under a little bit there or open that left hip. Just reach the left hand up and overhead. We'll use our right hand then to hold onto your right elbow and maybe start to add on a bit of a side bend to open up down this left side. So you can just start to maybe reach over to the right there. If anyone wants an added stretch for the right shoulder, we can turn the right thumb to the floor, bring the right hand behind the back and maybe hold on to your left hand, and you can keep adding on that side bend. Otherwise don't worry about the right shoulder, we just focus on this left triceps and left side. Whichever feels nicer, maybe a bit of both. Just notice how you're holding your lunge, what you're doing with your legs. Focus on opening, expanding. Just play around with what you're doing, what feels nice. So from here then, let's slowly unhook the hands. Let's lean over the right leg. Let's open out the hands. Let's stretch them apart so you can keep the shoulders away from the ears. Reach them out as far as possible. Draw them away from the ears. Almost pinch the shoulders together slightly. And then we're going to step the left foot to the right foot. And then lengthen your spine into a warrior three shaped position. So you've got like a straight line from head to hip. So you can always come into a cat-cow here and just notice what you're doing. So it's a little bit tricky when we're upside down if you do end up in forearm stands. You want to try and keep drawing the ribs in and finding nice space in the lower back. Shoulders away from the ears, necks long. Just softening the knees instead of locking out the legs there. And then maybe shifting the weight slightly forward. We're leaning into the heels. So keep bracing, pulling your belly in. So we're going to be coming back into that lunge. So take one more inhale here. On the exhale, get the weight into the right foot. Let's step the left foot behind you, far behind you. Drop the left knee back down onto the floor. So I'm going to reach the hands up. You're going to allow the hips to sink more forward. And then maybe add on a bit of a back bend. We don't want any pain in the lower back. So try and lift and find length first. And then maybe open out the hands to the side. You can even go into like E shape with the arms if that feels nice on the chest. At least be open too. Otherwise you can keep reaching them up. Or you can stay more upright if it's too much, yeah. So another inhale, we're back into down dog split. Exhale, palms down, tuck your left toe under and sweep the right leg back behind you in the air where we were earlier. So keep lifting the right leg nice and high. And then exhale, let's bring the right foot back down. So as inhale in down dog, we're going to move into dolphin pose. On the exhale, let's try and squeeze the elbows in. You can go one arm at a time if you like, or both together, controlling the forearms to the ground. So see if you can keep them shoulder width. And rather than allowing them to slide out. So keep squeezing them in. Keep pressing back into the hands, keep lifting the hips. So on the exhale, then we're going to start to come higher onto the tiptoes. You might need to bend the knees in dolphin as well. Bring your nose towards the hands or chin towards the floor. Harder, the further you can kiss the floor harder. And then press back into dolphin. So again, exhale, let's move forward. So harder, the lower you go to the floor, and then inhale, push back. So 2 more. Exhale, try and keep the hips really high. So we're not coming into a forearm plank, we're just leaning forward and back on our tiptoes. Last one of these, quite strong through the arms, just reach forward and then press back. Inhale, then start to lift back into your downward facing dog, and then just pause in down dog. Just keep your right foot grounded this time. Inhale, let's swoop the left foot back and up. And then just pause in for a moment, stretching the back of the right leg. So just keep reaching that left heel away. You can always push the ball of the foot away or keep the foot flexed. Just check if you're turning open. Just check if you're leaning to one side. Got the shoulders feeling. Quite a lot on the arms. So another breath in your down dog. Split, and then exhale, step your left foot to the inside of the left hand. So nice lunge coming up. Just bring the right knee in a little bit, so rather than it far behind you. Untuck your right toe, let's push into your left foot. And we see we can just bring ourselves nice and upright with our spine, shoulders back, and then that left foot's just staying knee over the ankle so it stays nice and it's grounded. So reach outwards with the right hand, then the left hand can hold onto your right elbow. Maybe lift your chest up and then maybe to the left. And just see if you can find a nice stretch down that left side, and also maybe right hip there as well, right thigh. So you can create that bit of traction you want by pulling the foot towards the knee. So we can either stay with holding onto the elbow, or we can bring the left hand to the side. So allow this stretch on with this left shoulder, left hand can reach behind, and maybe you're holding hands. And then from there you can add that reach back over there. That side bend. Keep bracing. And keep tucking under or drawing the ribs in. Just notice how everything's feeling. Feel free to wiggle around a little bit and explore. So we've got that easy warrior 3 coming up. So slowly undo the hands. Let's open the hands out wide. Let's lean over the left leg. Tuck your right toe under. We're going to step the right foot back to the left, or to the front of the mat, and just try and find that long spine position. So shoulders back so you can keep working through the arms against gravity. Keep pulling the hands apart. Just check how you're holding yourself. If you want a cat-cow, how's the weight in the toes, how the hamstring, how the back of the legs feeling. Work to straighten without locking the knees. And maybe keep reaching the chest forward. Keep drawing your belly in. Just slowing your breath down. Keep your neck nice, so just check what you're doing. How those arms. They're getting really tight, you always drop them down, give them a shake, otherwise a little bit longer. Strong forearm stand. More intense, you can hold dumbbells, wrist weights, and then exhale, let's step backwards with your, the right foot, sorry. Resting the right knee down to bigger step. Inhale, let's roll ourselves up back to kneeling lunge. This time, let's allow our hips to sink forward, make sure your back feels okay. Maybe finding some more space and adding on a more of a back bend here, maybe even opening out the arms to an E shape and then pulling across the shoulders and chest there. Otherwise you can keep reaching them out. You can even stay more upright with the spine if you like. Okay. When you're ready to move on then, let's come back into down dog splits. So exhale, drop the hands down, tuck your right toe under, and then left leg sliding back up in the air behind. Inhale, left leg in the air, keep pressing back to that right leg, and then exhale, let's lower your left foot down. One more set of those dolphin waves then. So inhale, exhale, squeeze the elbows in and slowly control the forearms to the ground. You might need to adjust the arms a little bit, especially if they're really wide and slidey. So either staying still for full breaths, or we'll move forward and backwards to really work those shoulders. So exhale, let's reach your nose towards the thumbs or head towards the floor, and then inhale as you press back. So again, exhale as you lean forward. So really feel that pressing back. We're kind of holding that press back when we're in the forearm stance. Exhale as we come forward. Inhale as we push back. And last one then, exhale as we move forward. And inhale as you press back. So exhale then, let's press back into down dog. And then inhale. So we're going to take a Sphinx forearm vinyasa. So slowly way forward into a normal plank. Inhale. Exhale, let's drop the knees down and reach your hands a bit more forward for puppy, but not all the way sinking, just keep out of it a little. Exhale then, let's drop the elbows like we practiced earlier and lift the knees into your forearm plank. So now the hips are low. Exhale, let's lower down for Sphinx. Inhale, Sphinx. And then exhale, let's lower. Inhale, let's press back up onto your elbow plank. Exhale, knees down, press back into puppy. And then pull the hips back, allow the hands to slide back in. Just bring the hands behind and we'll just take a little rest in child's pose. So if you want to let your shoulders melt, hips rock side to side. So if anything doesn't feel good on your shoulders as well, we've got quite a lot of work on them. And just stop, and you can always do planks and other pushes that you know. And instead, if that feels good, rather than the dolphins and the puppies and that, the more intense options, maybe use your knees and have less weight going through the arms. So on the next inhale, let's come back where we started on our hands and on our knees. On the exhale then, let's tuck the toes, let's lift straight into down dog. So we're going to try a dolphin to plank wave and an up dog, rather than the puppy to forearm plank to Sphinx. So on the exhale, let's lower down into dolphin like we practiced earlier. Let's soften the knees, so come onto your tiptoes. So you're on your tiptoes, bend the knees, inhale. And then exhale, we're going to push into the feet and press ourselves forward into a hand plank. So now shoulders are over the hands and your body's like a plank, like we did on the elbows. So you might want to tuck under, keep bracing, keep the shoulders nice away from the ears. On the exhale then, we're going to reach your chest forward so your elbows can stay in over the wrist and slowly control yourself down so you're lying on your front. If Sphinx feels good and you feel like more and you know that dog's nice, and keep the hands by your lower ribs, we can press into the front of the feet, inhale, and then exhale, we can wave ourselves up into an up dog. So like Sphinx, you want to keep the head off the shoulders, so we're really pushing the floor away with the hands to see if you can draw the shoulders back together. And then the chin can be tucking as well. Make sure your lower back feels right there. You might need to lean a bit more if it feels like pain, and we don't want any pain anywhere. So we're going to try and move in between them, and we're going to try another 4. So there's a lot of upper body strengthening today. So on the exhale, then let's lower ourselves back down. So you can rest all the way down in between, or just come halfway in pause. Inhale into your plank, and then exhale, let's lift the hips, bend the knees, squeeze the elbows in. And then maybe bring the forearms back down, and then maybe start to lift the knees into a dolphin, or extend the knees in dolphin. So let's try a few more. So let's inhale, soften the knees. We'll be lying down then after this for shoulder stretch. Exhale, let's push forward into hand plank. Inhale, hand plank. Exhale, either lower halfway down for your up dog, and tuck one foot and tuck the other, and then wave up, or lie all the way down. Cobras are good as well. On the exhale, let's lower either halfway down, all the way down, and tuck under. Inhale, plank. Exhale, let's bend the knees, bend the elbows, start to drop the forearms down, and then lift into dolphin. Inhale, soften the knees. Exhale, push forward into hand plank. Inhale, hand plank. Exhale, lower down for your up dog. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, let's lower halfway. Inhale into hand plank. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, sit back into dolphin. And then inhale, dolphin. Exhale, wave forward into your plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower to the last one now. Inhale, my arms are feeling it. Exhale, let's lower. If you're starting to fatigue or lose technique, make sure you rest. Inhale, plank. Exhale, soften. dolphin. Inhale. Okay, we're lying down now. Inhale again, prepare. Exhale, push forward into hand plank. Inhale, hand plank, exhale, lower. One up dog before we lie down. Inhale, and then exhale, let's lower. And rest the arms. Okay, so let's make a pillow with the arms for the head first. So we'll come back to the legs. And we can either keep the feet about hip width, or we can squeeze the legs together. See what feels better. Push the hips down into the floor and try and lift up both legs together. So as inhale, lift both legs. Keep reaching the legs back. You might want to spread the toes. And then exhale, we'll hover the legs a little. So again, you can inhale, keep lifting both legs, keep reaching so you can keep the knees from bending. And then exhale, let's hover or rest. A couple more, inhale. And exhale. And then last one, inhale. And then just keep on holding this exhale. So keep reaching the feet back. Keep squeezing your glutes, hamstrings are feeling it, quads, lower legs. Keep reaching the toes. Keep breathing. Maybe drawing your belly in and up as well. Shoulders are staying relaxed. And then when you're ready, then we'll just lower the legs and just give the legs a little rock. So we'll lift the chest without using the hands and thread the right arm underneath the left arm. So reaching it through there. And then we're going to bring the left knee into the side. So both knee and arm over to the left. And then we're going to push into the right arm to drop your left shoulder on the floor. So you might need to lift the left knee up quite a bit to allow the shoulder to rest. And play around with that left arm. You might get that nice stretch down that arm, shoulder. You can start to guide the knee back over to the right. If you want to pad up the knee, keep the foot resting on top of the right leg. Just make sure that hip's comfortable, the left hip. See how the sides feel. Just go as deep as comfortable. You might want to walk the right shoulder through a little bit more as well to the right. So allow the shoulders to maybe even gaze to the left as well, the left hand. So just start relaxing a moment. Before we're back up into some more lunges and forearm work. So focus on expanding that left side rib cage. So it needs to be open as well in the forearm stand. Need thoracic extension. Okay, and then on the exhale, then we're going to roll back over onto your front. So you can thread the left arm underneath the right arm and slowly bring the right knee now to the side, left arm to the side. Right arm's going to come on the floor behind, so you can lift the right knee to allow the shoulder to rest, and then use your left hand then to guide the leg back over. Wiggle the left shoulder to the left a little, and then adjust that right arm. And just take it easy here. Nice deep breath into that right side. And then from here, then when you feel like you've done the same, we're going to take our time to come back over onto the fronts. Just bring that arm back through, rest. So taking either a full press up or a kneeling push up. So we're coming into your down dogs through plank. So when you're ready to, we'll inhale, press, and then exhale, lift and lengthen out. So let's take a breath in. We're going to start from dolphin to lift the right leg. So on the exhale, we'll slowly drop the forearms back down. This is a little bit more intensity, so you might want to keep the left knee quite soft. Let's reach the right foot to the back and then lift the right leg into a dolphin split. If we need to be in down dog, feel free to be in down dog instead, or just stay with dolphin. Keep reaching that right foot up in the air, keep pressing back into that left leg to stretch the left leg. Keep lifting out the shoulders instead of letting the head collapse down, and really push the forearm away. You can even do a little rock forward and back like we did in those waves earlier. So we're going to have a go at using that rock to allow the elbows to lift, so a bit of momentum to press up into down dog split. So we can start to roll forwards, bend the left knee, come on to use your left tiptoe almost. And on the exhale then, as we pull our hips back, press back into the left heel so we can lift the elbows, down dog split. On the exhale, let's lunge the right foot to the inside of the right hand. Bend the left knee, breathe in, coming into high lunge. Breathe out, let's roll ourselves up. Let's bend the elbows, inhale, reach up, and we can either stay nice and upright with the spine again, or have a go at adding the back bend. So lift the chest, find a lot of space, start to either bend the arms out to the side, make sure the back feels okay, so just stay upright if we need to. Then you can just try and breathe nice and fully, steadily. On the exhale then, let's reach the hands back up, let's fall over, open the hands out like wings. Let's lean over the front leg, come into warrior three. So reach your chest forward, come onto your back tiptoe, push into your right foot, start to straighten the right leg as you lift the left leg. From here, let's interlace the hands behind the back, squeeze the shoulders together, and really reach the hands towards that left leg. Try and reach that left leg back behind you, almost squeeze the inner thighs together, so that keeping that right outer hip from scooping out to the right. Keep the weight nice on the right foot, the right knee and soft, rather than locked down, but still straightening the right leg. Easy, come higher or come back into lunge anytime. So we're back in lunge then after this. Or we've got 2 feet on the ground option that we did earlier. Keep squeezing the shoulders, keep neck long. Keep your back in a nice place. Ooh. From here then, let's land the left foot far behind you. Let's keep the hands behind the back. Let's wave ourselves back up into standing lunge. Last little bit in the leg. We make prayer hands, fingertips together. Slide the fingers up the back. And then maybe squeeze the palms together. Shoulders back and down, and squeezing the elbows towards each other. Maybe adding that back bend back in. Okay. When you're ready to move on, let's slowly unravel. We can drop the hands down to the floor and we'll swoop the right leg back up into the air behind you. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in, let's lower down into dolphin split. Another inhale then with the right leg high. On the exhale, let's land the right foot down. Dolphin, vinyasa. So let's inhale, let's wave forward into your plank. Exhale, lower down for your up dog, or cobra or sphinx. Inhale. Exhale, let's repeat on the other side. Press back into down dog. Inhale then into your down dogs. Exhale, let's lower down into dolphin. Inhale, let's reach the left leg to the back of the mat and up. Just take your time stretching the back of the right leg, so keep pushing back into the right heel. Inhale then, let's use a bit of momentum, maybe tip forward. Exhale, press into down dog split. Inhale, down dog split. Exhale, lunging the left foot through. Bend the right knee, inhale. Breathe out, let's lift into kneeling lunge or standing lunge. Bend the elbows, inhale, reach up, so you can either stay more upright, maybe gaze up there. Nice, still opening the front, or opening out hands and then squeeze the shoulders, still opening the shoulders, chest, or add on more of a back bend, either reach in or bring the hands down, so see what feels nice for your shoulders, lower back. Be quite active in that back leg. From there, let's really brace, tip back up, aeroplane out the arms, lean over the left leg, find a long spine, push into your left foot, reach your head forward, chest forward, and start to straighten the left leg as you lift the right. Maybe interlacing the hands, so you can use your weight behind the back, squeeze the shoulders together and reach the hands towards the back foot. So you can keep the back leg strong and straight, really engaging that right thigh. Don't squeeze the inner thighs together, just check if you're kind of going one way or the other. You gaze at something still. Steady breaths. Squeezing the shoulders. So one side feels a bit more steady than the other. I think this one for me is a bit steadier. So let's bend the left knee, land the right foot back behind you. Let's inhale, let's lift up, keep the hands behind the back. Either stay with the hands in place or wiggle them up to reverse prayer hands. Close the palms. Either just stay closed in the palms, make sure the wrists are okay, just squeeze the elbows together. Either stay there, maybe you want to add on a bit of a lift in the chest. Headway's comfortable as well for your neck. If you want us to stay looking forward, down, upwards slightly. See how that left leg's feeling, maybe glutes are feeling it, and a little bit burny. Another inhale, and then exhale, let's slowly fold. Stepping the left foot back into down dog split. So inhale, down dog split, and then exhale, now we're coming into dolphin split. Dropping the forearms, otherwise stay with down dog. Another inhale, dolphin split, and then exhale, land the left foot down. Inhale then, let's soften the knees, let's push into feet, let's lift and roll forward into a plank. For a vinyasa, inhale, plank. Exhale, squeeze the arms in and slow it down for your up dog or cobra. Sphinx, inhale. And then child's pose, exhale, rest the knees. Pull the hips back, you might want to bring the hands behind you. And just rock side to side, just slow your breathing. If anyone's never done a forearm stand, it might be better to wait for class so that you can have support. If you're quite comfortable in forearm stand, you have support or a wall, and you feel good to do it, we can have a go. Otherwise, there'll be options, just to be safe. Okay, so on the next inhale, let's lift back up onto our hands and onto our knees. On the exhale, let's tuck the toes under. Let's start to sit back towards the heels, push the floor away, and then open out the knees and just start walking the hands in towards the toes. So you're in a little tiptoe wide leg squat, and just start folding in. Just check how your back feels. You don't want to lean forward a little, sway side to side. So we're going to first come into a crow, an arm balance, an easier one with the feet off the floor. Then we'll try a baby crow, which is a baby forearm stand next. So let's bring your knees squeezing in. The knees are squeezing in on the outside of the arms. So you're engaging your inner thighs there to hold on. We want to lift the hips up like we did with those chaturangas, those presses. We're going to start reaching your chest forward like we did with Warrior 3. So you reach forward, and then our feet may lift. Otherwise we can lift one foot and then the other. So you're really pressing, spreading the weight through the hands. Use your whole hand. So if you feel like you're going to fall, use your fingertips to push back. Just feel the weight through the hands. If we feel quite comfortable in a crow, or if you just fancy trying a different variation, we can try a half crow, half forearm, which is a little bit easier than forearm stand, forearm crow. Baby crow, because you're a little bit higher off the floor. In baby crow, it's quite low to the ground, so this one's a little bit easier. So we'll bring our right elbow now onto the floor, like a dolphin, and then the left hand's going to be in line with the right elbow. So from there then, you want to bring your right knee up to the armpit, and the left knee's going to be above the left elbow. So I'm going to start by lifting my hips up, so my left arm's off the floor for a moment. My left knee's going to come on, my right arm's off the floor. My left knee's going to come onto that, and we're going to lift the left foot first. From there then I'm going to draw my right elbow down, squeeze the right knee in to the arm, and maybe lift up my other foot too. So both feet end up. So left hand where the right elbow is. Lift, you can always start with the arm off the ground to get that height. Place it down and then reach. Try and keep your head from collapsing, but really pushing down into that right arm. Let's try the other side. Right hand, left hand forward, left elbow can come down, or you may start with it in the air to just get that prep. Right knee above the elbow. You can lift the hips up, start to lift the right foot, reach your chest forward, and maybe lift up the other foot there. We can then keep working that. We'll try the baby crow. So both arms are down, same as crow, knees high up into the armpits, quite squishy, really squeeze the knees in. So you might want to lift the hips up first. The elbows might start off the front, then we can place them down and see if we can push, really try and push out of the arms. So we're trying to do this kind of action while we're down there, rather than letting yourself collapse down. As soon as you had enough of baby crow, we'll just come back into our little tiptoe squat position. So from there then, let's slowly bring our knees in towards each other. Let's bring the hands out in front. Let's take a breath in. And then we're going to come up to stand. So if you'd rather roll up instead, anyway, we're going to exhale, slowly lift up to stand. From there then, we just relax the arms and just give the legs a little shake. So just bend the elbows, inhale, reach the hands up, spread the weight through the feet. Exhale, let's slowly sit down. Let's bring the right hand behind the back, left elbow crossing over the knee or inside knee, or for a chair twist. So again, we're just going to open up the side, just get a bit of a stretch. You might want to open out the hands, right hand can stay behind the back, so any nice stretch on the sides. Just relax the arms for a moment before we do a more intense option. Keep scooping that right hip in. Inhale, let's come back up into forward chair. Exhale, right elbow can cross over the left knee, or hand can come inside the knee if you need to be a bit more away from the legs. Push the arm into the knee, make sure not to overdo the twist as well. The leverage ones. Nice deep breaths. Maybe opening out the hands, inhale, maybe hooking the hand behind you, or just stay with the prayer hands. Inhale, let's come back up into a standing chair, forward chair. Exhale, let's interlace the hands behind your back, keep the knees bent, squeeze the shoulders together, and then breathe out, let's lean over the legs and reach the hands behind. Otherwise, dangle the arms. Take your time to pedal out the legs, or gradually folding closer and closer towards them. And from there, let's slowly lower your hips down towards the heels, coming onto your tiptoes, and we're back into our tiptoe squat. Hopefully a little bit looser, ready now for the next forearm option. So we're going to slowly walk the hands in front, bring the knees back down. And if you'd rather child's pose instead, we can just take a break in child's pose. Otherwise, we're going to rest the forearms down. We're going to press into our dolphin. We're going to have a go at dolphin forearm stand. So we may take up little hops, and then in time you can feel more comfortable, and the hops might get higher. And you may end up bringing the other leg up to meet the other. You want to really squeeze the legs together, reach the toes upwards, keep pressing the forearms into the floor. We can try little hops on one side, maybe not going up so high, little hops on the other. I'll try the side you don't usually do as well. Feels quite a bit different. And keep the elbows from scooping outwards, and pulling the ribs in as well. So rather than being in like a banana shape, try and keep, it's quite, when you're upside down, so quite difficult to work out which way is which when you first start, but if you're hopefully a bit used to it. We can always do headstands, or stay still in dolphin, or stay with dolphin split. Okay. From there, I'm not sure how we get on at all. From there, let's slowly lower the knees down. Let's roll up now, so we're kneeling. Place the hands onto the ribs, lift the chest. We're coming back into a camel. So like all of those positions we did in our lunge. So you want to make sure you find tip your pelvis, and then find a lot of length first before coming into your back bend, so you don't want any pain in the lower back. We can just stay with the hands on, supporting yourself. You might want to come into cat anytime, And if you feel quite open, you may be moving to your camel. Easier if the toes are tucked, it's less far to reach. Further to reach there if the heels, toes are untucked. And we can start to squeeze the shoulders and lift. Head was comfortable again for your neck. We're almost finished, so don't worry. Got one last variation. As soon as you're ready to move on, really brace, and then bring your hands back down. Just take an easy cat stretch. So those of you who had enough of forearm, we're going to come into shoulder bridge. Those who want to have a go at a back bend we'll try a scorpion. So I'll talk you through the bridge option in case that we've had enough of them. And then we'll do scorpion if anyone fancies that. So when you're ready to, we'll sit back, walk, step or hop to sit, and then hug the knees and rock onto your back. You can step the feet in towards your bum about hip width. You can open out the hands, push your lower back into the floor and lift the hips up into bridge. So lots of bridge options if you want to interlace, push the hands down, press into your upward facing bow. So if you have a bridge you really enjoy, feel free. Otherwise we're going to finish with before we calm and bring it down, because we've only got a few minutes before we come into Shavasana. So we're going to try scorpion instead otherwise. So if you do fancy scorpion, we can rock back, walk, step or hop when we were back into down dog, and then drop the knees down. So you can use a wall for this one to walk the feet down, and we can start off exactly how we did last time. So if forearm stands in your practice, you can have a go at kicking up, or we can straddle pike press to stand to lift. So you can lift up one leg. As that one lifts up, you may have the other one may start to come up if you bring that leg quite far behind you. From there we can start to bend the knees, and instead of having we want to try and lift our head and allow our chest to kind of fall whilst keeping pressing, not fall, probably the wrong word. Almost squeeze the scapula together. It's quite hard to talk and be in scorpion. Try and keep releasing the front hips. The abdominals are lengthened. Keep bringing the feet in. Keep trying to find more and more length. Really working the hamstrings to bring the feet closer to the head. If you do end up coming out, you end up in a shoulder bridge. So, otherwise, we try and control it back out the way we came in. Oh, okay. When you've had enough, we'll all be back in bridge. You can even come into your bridge that way if you have done that, and it feels good. So when you're ready to move out of bridge, if you've been there for a long time, maybe ready to move on, you can just lower yourself down. If you're still working scorpion, feel free to carry on. And then when we get to the bottom, you can just bring the soles of feet together, just let the knees just wing open. Just start slow when you breathe in. You walk the shoulders in, lengthen the neck. So if you've been in quite a big back bend, I'm going to take a fold. If you're feeling you're getting a benefit here, we can always stay here. Otherwise we can lift the knees, hug them in, just rock out your back. So just taking a really easy fold here. You can maybe even happy baby, bringing the knees in, pressing your back into the ground, might feel nice on the lower back. Try and press your tailbone down so you start to lift the feet upwards, drawing the knees alongside you. Sway side to side. From there then we may come into a plough or start to bring the legs up towards each other and squeeze the legs together. Maybe bring the hips down and keep bringing them in, folding. So if you're not feeling it, just keep pressing the tailbone down whilst bringing the legs over. Or we can find a stretch further at the back, bend the knees, bend the elbows, start to allow the back to lift off the floor. Just take your time to bring the legs more behind. Just make sure it's not too intense. The neck or back, nice and calming plow. So pretty much in our final stretch. So if there is something else that you want to do to finish, always just do your own thing. The same if you want to stay longer in Shavasana as well. You always come into that now, or you can turn this on mute. Maybe set a timer and take a little meditation, like 15 minutes or so. Otherwise we'll do 5-minute relaxation. So when you're ready to, just slowly rest the feet back down. You might want to just pause, just with the knees bent for a moment, just notice how everything's feeling. Sensations fading back, fading away. When you're ready to, we'll slide the legs out. Just let the feet drop open. Rest the eyes, face, the whole body. I'll use a visualization today to stay in the moment and stay focused. So maybe visualizing, say, a sphere of light in front of you. And every time you inhale, just visualize it expanding and getting bigger. And then every time you exhale, visualize it getting smaller and contracting. And then just keep watching that, visualizing that. If you prefer a different method to help you focus, if you find that's a bit, it's making you think and it's distracting, then choose a different focus that works for you. Otherwise, you can try this today. And every time your mind wanders, just bring it back, keep bringing it back. we'll just start to make some little movements again. So if you want to wiggle your fingers, your toes, maybe rocking the head side to side. Take some deep breaths again. Stretching the arms. And then when you're ready to, we'll slowly roll onto your right hand side. Give yourself a hug. And then gradually coming back up to set. And we just take a big breath in, stretching upwards. And exhale and bring the hands down in front. And thank you everyone for joining today. Hope everyone enjoyed some forearm standing.